You can die in your sleep. 10 quiet nighttime habits that can lead to death after age 70. Did you know that you may be cultivating habits before bed that silently put your life at risk? What if by lying peacefully in your bed, you were unconsciously giving way to a heart attack, a stroke, or even a respiratory arrest? Isn't what seems harmless in your nightly routine actually sabotaging your health? These questions may seem alarming, but they are extremely necessary. Especially after the age of 70, the body undergoes changes that make certain nighttime behaviors truly dangerous. Do you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep? Do you feel dizzy when you get out of bed? Have you ever noticed changes in memory, difficulty breathing at night, or sleep with the television on? These signs can be more than just discomfort. In this video, we'll reveal the 10 quiet habits that dramatically increase the risk of death during sleep in older adults. Let's get started. 1. The device you leave next to your bed may be poisoning your heart and brain. Sleeping with your cell phone next to your bed has become an almost universal habit. Many people use the device as an alarm clock, to listen to relaxing music, or even as company in the early hours. But what few know is that this seemingly innocent practice can bring serious health risks, especially after the age of 70. The first danger is constant exposure to the blue light emitted by the cell phone screen. Even if the screen is off, notifications, calls, and flashing lights during the night can interfere with the natural sleep cycle, known as the circadian rhythm. Blue light inhibits the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for inducing deep sleep. Without this deep rest, the body cannot regenerate properly, increasing the risks of cardiovascular disease, cognitive changes, and even dementia. In addition, there is a growing warning about continuous exposure to electromagnetic waves emitted by cell phones, even when they are in standby mode. Some studies suggest that the accumulation of this exposure over time may impact the functioning of the nervous system and increase oxidative stress in brain cells. Although there is still no absolute scientific consensus on the long-term effects, the potential risks warrant caution, especially in the elderly who have greater sensitivity to environmental stimuli. Another point of concern is the indirect risk of insomnia and anxiety. Having your cell phone within reach encourages the temptation to check messages, social networks, or news during the night. This hyperconnection fragments sleep, increases brain arousal, and hinders nighttime recovery, which can, over time, cause exhaustion, irritability, and even depression. To reduce these risks, experts recommend that the cell phone be left away from the bed, preferably outside the bedroom or in airplane mode. The ideal is to keep the sleep environment free of electronic stimuli. Using a traditional alarm clock and creating a screen-free routine before bed are simple but powerful attitudes. Protecting sleep is protecting the mind and heart. And in the next habit, we're going to reveal an even more dangerous mistake, which can literally make you pass out in the middle of the night. 2. The seemingly harmless mistake that can make you faint or fall in the middle of the night. Getting out of bed in the middle of the night seems simple, but for those over 70 years old, it can become a real minefield for health. Have you ever felt dizzy, darkened vision, or a slight imbalance when you get out of bed? These signs may be a consequence of a problem known as postural hypertension. It is a sudden drop in blood pressure when changing positions quickly, especially when moving from lying down to standing. The body takes a few seconds to adapt, and in this interval, there can be a lack of blood in the brain, causing dizziness, fainting, and, in many cases, serious falls. Studies show that nocturnal falls are among the main causes of fractures in the elderly, with hip fractures being the most common and also the most dangerous. A simple fall can result in long hospitalizations, loss of mobility, dependence, and, in more serious cases, even lead to death. The risk increases even more when the environment is dark, the floor slippery, or if the person is dehydrated. Often, the use of blood pressure or sleep medications can also contribute to this imbalance. And the most worrying, a good part of these falls could be avoided with small changes in behavior. Standing up slowly is the first essential attitude. When you wake up, sit up in bed and wait a few seconds before getting up completely. This time is enough for blood pressure to stabilize and blood to circulate properly to the brain. Another important measure is to keep a soft night light in the bedroom or on the way to the bathroom. Avoid totally dark environments, as this further compromises balance. Using non-slip shoes and fixed mats also helps prevent slipping. And never underestimate hydration. Taking small sips of water throughout the day keeps circulation working well. Avoiding this dangerous habit not only protects against falls, but also ensures more peaceful and safer nights. 3. The harmless remedy that may be ruining your health during sleep. Taking a pill before bed has become routine for many elderly people. Whether to combat insomnia, relieve pain, or control blood pressure, the nighttime use of medication seems a safe and even necessary practice. But do you really know what is happening to your body while sleeping under the effect of these drugs? The big problem is that some common medications, especially the so-called sedatives or tranquilizers, can affect vital functions during sleep, such as breathing and blood circulation. Drugs such as diazepam, clonazepam, and others of the benzodiazepine class act directly on the central nervous system, reducing brain activity to induce sleep. However, this same action can reduce the respiratory rate, cause apnea, and increase the risk of nocturnal respiratory arrests, especially in those who already suffer from heart or lung problems. In addition, these medications increase drowsiness the next day, cause mental confusion, and reduce reflexes. The result: greater risk of falls when waking up, loss of autonomy, and even the onset of dementia. Another group of worrisome medications are antihypertensives taken at night. In some cases, they can cause a sharp drop in blood pressure during sleep, reducing blood flow to the brain and heart. This imbalance can lead to silent ischemia, arrhythmias, and, in extreme cases, stroke or heart attack while the person sleeps. There are also anti-inflammatories taken to relieve joint pain before bedtime. The continuous use of substances such as ibuprofen or diclofenac can overload the kidneys and liver, affecting the elimination of toxins and impairing the body's balance. To reduce these risks, the first step is to never take medicine on your own. Talk to your doctor about the real need for each medication and if there are safer alternatives for the night. In many cases, adjusting the time or dose can make all the difference. Additionally, natural techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or calming teas can help you sleep without compromising your health. And in the next habit, you'll discover how something as simple as holding your pee can be silently harming your kidneys. For holding your pee at night may be damaging your kidneys without you realizing it. How many times have you woken up during the night wanting to go to the bathroom, but prefer to hold on so you don't get out of bed? This behavior, common to many people, may seem harmless, but after the age of 70, ignoring the urge to urinate at night can cause serious damage to your health. As we age, the functioning of the kidneys becomes more sensitive. They continue to filter blood throughout the night, but the bladder's ability to store urine decreases. When we hold the pee for a long time, we increase the pressure inside the bladder, which can lead to the reflux of urine towards the kidneys, favoring urinary infections and, in more severe cases, kidney failure. In addition, this accumulation can cause bladder irritations, leading to inflammation, a feeling of pain when urinating, and increased urgency during the day. What's more, retaining urine frequently can also affect sleep. The discomfort causes the body to remain in a state of alert, making it difficult to enter the deep stages of sleep, which are the most restorative. Disrupted sleep, in turn, is directly linked to disorders such as depression, memory loss, hormonal imbalances, and increased risk of cardiovascular disease. Many elderly people avoid getting up to urinate for fear of falls, especially if the environment is dark or if there is already a history of accidents. Therefore, it is essential to adopt simple safety measures, such as keeping a night light on, installing grab bars near the bed or bathroom, and wearing non-slip slippers. Another important tip is to avoid consuming liquids in the 2 hours before sleep. During the day, it is essential to stay well hydrated. But at night, it is necessary to balance this consumption so as not to overload the bladder. If you experience a frequent need to urinate at night, it's worth talking to your doctor. There may be some condition behind this symptom, such as prostatic hypoplasia, urinary tract infection, or hormonal changes. Avoiding this simple habit can protect your kidneys, improve your sleep quality, and, most importantly, preserve your autonomy. And now, get ready to find out how the temperature of your bedroom may be sabotaging your heart while you sleep. 5. The wrong temperature in the bedroom can silently sabotage your heart. On cold days, it's common to want a warm and cozy room to sleep in. Heavy blankets, closed windows, heaters on. Everything seems ideal for a good night's sleep. But is sleeping in an environment that is too hot really safe, especially after the age of 70? The answer may be surprising. During sleep, the body naturally lowers its internal temperature to reach the deeper, more restorative stages of rest. This cooling is essential for the proper functioning of metabolism, for cell repair, and for memory consolidation. When the room is too hot, this process of thermal regulation is interrupted. The body has to work harder to try to dissipate heat, and this extra effort puts the heart on alert. Studies show that very hot environments at night can increase heart rate and raise blood pressure. This combination is especially dangerous for the elderly, who are already more prone to cardiovascular diseases. In addition, excessive heat can cause nighttime dehydration. When sweating during sleep, the body loses important fluids, and the blood tends Raspaxa. System, it appears the provided text was cut off at the end. I've punctuated and formatted the text you shared into short paragraphs, preserving every word exactly as provided. Below is the result. If you have the remaining text or want me to continue with additional content, please provide it, and I'll complete the task accordingly. You can die in your sleep. 10 quiet nighttime habits that can lead to death after age 70. Did you know that you may be cultivating habits before bed that silently put your life at risk? What if, by lying peacefully in your bed, you were unconsciously giving way to a heart attack, a stroke, or even a respiratory arrest? Isn't what seems harmless in your nightly routine actually sabotaging your health? These questions may seem alarming, but they are extremely necessary. Especially after the age of 70, the body undergoes changes that make certain nighttime behaviors truly dangerous. Do you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep? Do you feel dizzy when you get out of bed? Have you ever noticed changes in memory, difficulty breathing at night, or sleep with the television on? These signs can be more than just discomfort. In this video, we'll reveal the 10 quiet habits that dramatically increase the risk of death during sleep in older adults. Let's get started. 1. The device you leave next to your bed may be poisoning your heart and brain. Sleeping with your cell phone next to your bed has become an almost universal habit. Many people use the device as an alarm clock, to listen to relaxing music, or even as company in the early hours. But what few know is that this